and welcome back to Live Maniacs, Red Bull Romaniacs, the 20th edition. We're here on day 2 at Damned Dam. I'm Craig Stone. In studio with me is Daryl Curtis, and we have a lot to talk about today, Daryl.
Yeah, we had soaring temperatures on day 1 on the prologue, 36 degrees. Yesterday the heavens opened, and this morning it's actually a beautiful day. It's overcast, it's a little bit chilly, we've got some jackets on, and we're not sure if it's going to rain yet today, but we're in for a treat. We're here at a section called Damned Dam. I'm looking outside at the mountain. Couldn't be in a better position, Craig. What do you think of this climb?
So we're right here at the base of the climb. It's getting a bit windy, but the track is dry. So this section of the valley did not get any rain yesterday, so the track is dry. It's much cooler, which is going to help the riders a lot. It's going to start off with a steep shoot up before it turns left and gets into some really nasty rocks with some big ledges and soft sand after that. So we hear that also that today the riders are running slightly later than what we had anticipated, so they're taking a little bit longer. They've had some 2 really tough sections to compete before they get here. Daryl, can you take us through those sections there?
Well, today, let's see. Difficulties about the same as yesterday, or weather dependent, of course. After the start, it's going to take them about 45 minutes to get to us. They'll have about 5 uphills. They've got Sheep Farmer. They've got Martin's Idea, which is a very hard climb, not too long though. The cross, and then into this Damned Dam Live Maniac section. After that, there's a mellow ride to the service. And after the service, it's an easy start into a Good Morning, Brokeback Mountain, Impossible. And then they've got about 5 or 6 good uphills on the way to the finish, including a Romanian style, Enough, Titanic, and The Wall. So there's about a 93-kilometer ride for them today. It's going to be hard.
So full of action today. Don't forget, you can head across over to our website and social media channels where you can catch up with all the other classes as well. You're going to get some great pictures, some videos, good content coming in from the other classes out there on the track. It's a big day there for everybody. Silver class especially. I thought, when I rode this section of this day for silver was a really difficult day. Lots of big uphills after service, some mega downhills. They had a really tough day yesterday, most of them, so they're just going to want to trudge on and get through it and carry on through the rest of the race. So we should have Diana. We've got Diana back again in field with us today. We should hopefully have somebody coming through here in a few seconds, and we can get some feedback from Martin as well. Martin's been on the course. He's going to join us shortly and get some words of what's going out there. So let's go across to Diana and see what's going on.
Hi guys, I'm here at the start of the Live Maniacs section at the top of the Damned Dam. Once again, we will have a series of interviews with some gold riders, and it's going to be super fun. Soon, Graham Jarvis will also arrive here. He is a living legend who has celebrated 7 wonderful, incredible wins here at Red Bull Romaniacs. He has a beautiful history in our hard enduro rally, and let's see how he's going to go through his journey today.
If I don't win, I'm sure I'm going to still enjoy it, but second's no good to me.
He is probably rightly so regarded as the GOAT, the greatest hard enduro rider of all time. Graham Jarvis has won almost every big hard enduro event, most of them multiple times. At Red Bull Romaniacs, he is the record holder, celebrating 7 victories in Sibiu. Back in 2008, he came from nowhere. As novice in hard enduro and participating the first time, Jarvis claims his first Red Bull Romaniacs win. Since then, Graham Jarvis has fought countless great battles. Calm, deliberate, and mercilessly sure-footed, the silent assassin is truly a legend. Graham Jarvis defies not only the difficult challenges, he also defies age. At the age of 47, he celebrated his 7th triumph at the Red Bull Romaniacs last year. Let's see if next year, with 49, he'll be coming back as young to get one more title.
So here we go. Let's have a look at the track walk here. Let's see what the Gold Riders have in store for us. We had our track managers, Stefan van Deventer and Mowgli. They were our test riders. They put us put it to the test here to see what it was all about. So let's have a look at that track walk and see how it was. So here we go. Here they're going to come down here. They're going to come down the downhill from the track there. That blue line is the racetrack where they came. They're going to come down the downhill and then up this off-camber where there's a big step there into the dam rocks, which are really, really steep. And that ditch there, the dam ditch, is so soft. They've got big rolling stones there that just really battle for traction.
So they're going to be doing this loop 3 times, Craig?
Yeah.
You've done it yourself. What was your impression of it?
No, it's full on. You know, you got to really pace yourself. There's some really steep pivot turns where, you know, you need to maybe get off the bike and make sure you can turn that front wheel around, get it back on track so that you can get your drive going again. You don't want to overdo it here. You definitely don't want to push too hard. And there's not too many lines. There's on some of the sections it's a single line. It does split off, and there's some other options if some guys get stuck. But it's going to be full on. Just like we saw yesterday, we saw some big action there in the martial arts, and it's going to be the same here at the Dam.
Yeah, I took a walk up it this morning, and yeah, the steepness, the camera again is not going to really show you how steep it is, but I can tell you I battled to walk up it. Super glad that I'm not a gold rider this year, because that's like very difficult. I mean, it's staring at us right in the face. I can't wait to see the first bikes go up here. There's still a chance of rain. It's overcast. And I think if rain drops on this section, I think it's going to make it that much more difficult, Craig.
No, it definitely will, because those rocks are pretty steep off-camber, and it's really going to mix it up. But so far, so good. It is nice and cool. We have heard that we've got Martin is definitely on his way, so we're going to be good to hear from Martin pretty soon there with Diana. The Gold Riders are making their way slowly but surely here. They've had some tough sections to deal with. But I'm sure that you know, they'll put this behind them and then keep going on for the rest of the day.
I'm here with Martin Freinademet, who's playing the media guy today. Martin, what can you tell us about today's tracks?
Yeah, good morning. It's a little bit slippery out there this morning. It did not rain much, but a few drops, and that drops that made the grass slippery, and there is quite some off-camber traverses, and I've seen a bunch of people sliding left and right down from the racetrack. That's also the reason why the gold class riders are slightly delayed. The rocks are also slippery, so the racing time is a little bit slower. So we have a few more minutes to wait until they will arrive. I also run into a situation with Graham Jarvis. Poor Graham somehow didn't see the intersection sign very well, and he must have gone like 2-3 kilometers on the bronze track because he came against the racetrack back. Really, Graham is so British, he's so correct, because it was a 30 kilometer per hour area, and even though he messed up and he went wrong, he went carefully to 30 kilometer per hour, so really Graham, the
Who's he
best.
talking about?
Yeah, and so far, yeah, the tracks are challenging and the riders are riding pretty good.
Do you think the weather will help the riders today?
Yeah, that's a very good question, what the weather is going to do. I mean, the weather is unpredictable. It is cloudy. We have announced a small rainfall. So if it comes, it will definitely get a bit more of a challenge. If it doesn't come, then it will be just perfect because it was pretty dry here the last days. And that a few drops overnight, they just make it a bit more grippy and less dusty, at least on the fast stuff. And the grass will sooner or later dry out if it doesn't rain.
Thank you very much, Martin. Now back to our commentator.
So Martin is quite correct there. The weather is very unpredictable here. You could see in the sky there, though it looked like it was clearing, but I can tell you when we were making our way to location here this morning, it was super, super dark over the Fagarash Mountains. Looked really, really precarious. But let's hope for the best that we're going to have a dry race here because the course is a big challenge as it is. So if we have some rain, it's really going to mix it up and make it that much more difficult. So
definitely the hardest race that I've done in my life, Craig, is I always refer back to Romaniacs in the wet, you know, and we saw it yesterday. Yesterday was just the carnage out there was just insane. I mean, the attrition rate was also quite high. A lot of people didn't make it all the way through the course. So yeah, if it rains, it's going to change everything here today.
No, we saw some great shots of the Gold Riders, which you can also find on our social medias. Billy Bolt just absolutely flying up the hills, trying to get as much grip as he could in those muddy conditions, which made it super, super difficult for him. So let's take you through the track walk now. Let's have a look at what the guys have in store for them.
Hello and welcome back to the 20th edition of Red Bull Romaniacs, Live Maniacs Day 2. We are here at Damned Dam, and Martin, the race organizer and founder, has served up a real dose of pain. Our track managers, Stefan and Mowgli, are going to give us a demonstration here about how to go up Damned Dam. So this is what it's like during the race. The competitors are going to come in depending how they are on track, one after the other. So there's no place to pass here. You have to really choose your line carefully because it's a very, very thin path and you don't want to high side. Both Stefan and Mowgli are riding on X-Grip, Jack the Gripper tires. So you can see almost made it the whole way. If you had just got 1 meter further, you would have been dry and right across those rocks. Mowgli just seeing what Stefan's done, where he can go better. There you go. Nice work. That's great riding, Mowgli. There you go. Mowgli went right across that gap. Now he's going to pivot, turn the bike, line it up again, and fire up across the last bit of the rocks there. So here we go. Mowgli's lining himself up here for this turn. If he gets good drive around the turn, he'll be through. Turning it around. He'll jump back on and just ride out this section now because it's a little bit more open, give him a little bit more breathing space, time to recover. But now you can also, this is where you make your gap, because you can see Mowgli now, once he's out of here and up, he's going to be able to make a little bit of a gap on Stefan. So now we're going to head to a really sketchy little lip here. Trying to get right between those rocks, but now the thing is, if you tag your foot pegs, tag your exhaust, it could send your bike hurling back down the hill. So you just got to be really careful where you put your wheels, where you put your feet. Handlebars even getting caught on the rock there. That's it. So you can see from earlier on in the rocks there where there were several lines, how important it is to try and get in front, be the first one on the track. Because it's so narrow here, there's not real many places to pass. loose. Smoke his weight right back off on the back of the seat. Almost touching the fender. Get this weight on that back wheel. Pivot turn. Out to right. Really nice riding. So that was Dam of day 2, Live Maniacs. You can see a few different line choices there. Who wants to be in front? Who wants to take the lead? Who wants to just follow and catch his breath again and see? Let's see who's at the top.
Martin, do you know or can you somehow estimate where the riders are right now, knowing the tracks?
Yeah, they are behind the hill up there. It's a section they called Martin's idea, because I had the idea to get up there and everybody said it's impossible. At a certain point it was possible, and actually I didn't give it a name, believe me. The other said Martin's idea, and I asked, where is Martin's idea? What do you mean with Martin's idea? No, there where you said it is possible. Okay, good. So this is approximately where they are. That's a kind of a steep uphill with some rolling stones and some roots, and they need to do some pivot turns in there, and and then they have a slightly slippery grass field to go down. I also saw today on the downhills they're taking it kind of safe. I had Mario Roman shortly behind me. I could hear him. He gave me like a noise. Okay, make space, yeah. And but he was kind of carefully passing the bronze guys, so not taking any risks. And yeah, they know that you mainly win the race in the difficult sections and not in the hard, in the fast stuff.
And can you estimate how much time they have until they arrive here? I just want to know what should I expect, because I have to take some interviews and I have to prepare, and I did not have time to prepare again. I asked the audience for some questions, feedback, ideas, but yeah. So please let me know, how much time do they have until they arrive here?
I assume around 5 to 10 minutes, but now I have a question for you. I heard you have already had a ride on a motorcycle to come here to the start, is that right? How was it?
Yeah, it was nice. We were like on the limit, 100 kilometers per hour. It was pretty cold. I had some problems with my helmet, but that's okay. It's just another adventure. I did not have my coffee today, and I think I somehow missed it here in my brain. Did you have your coffee?
Neither did I.
Yeah, take my Red Bull. It's okay. How does it taste?
It's very good. In the morning, a Red Bull is the best, yeah, before the sport. Yeah, over there on those hills, there will be also big action. Just over there, this is Brokeback Mountain. And there is many more gold sections and silver sections. Like you have a good spot here because you can also see where the bronze class, they go up all the way on the ridge. They go up up to almost 2,000 meters altitude. So it's a nice day with a lot of beautiful views. You can see a lot of the Romanian mountains. We're here in the Vâlcea County. So it's the southern part of the Carpathian Mountains. And why are you laughing?
About Vâlcea County. Okay. Okay. Tell me about tomorrow's tracks, please.
Yeah. Tomorrow, day 3, is for the gold cars definitely a big challenge. Tomorrow there are some uphills that they haven't been used as an uphill yet. So that will be a big surprise for the participants when they get there. One track is called No Sex. That's a heavy one, but also there's the Kill 'Em All, there will be the Galindo. There will be quite a lot of our heavy signature sections, so it's going to be a big challenge. And for the amateur class, it's also going to be a nice day tomorrow. Especially silver class has a long ride through, in this case now, the northern part of the Carpathian Mountains, back in Transylvania. And they will also see nice highs, big mellows, and fields, and big adventure as always.
Thank you. This is the 20th anniversary. How long will Freinademet still organize the rally?
I will do it as long as I'm motivated. And what usually motivates me is pushing the sport forward and trying to reach next levels, making the sport interesting also for the broad public, because I think it's one of the most beautiful sports. And as long as that motivation is there, I will be organizing the race, and I'm also not planning to retire with 65.
Should we announce our fans, our spectators, that tomorrow we will have a special guest? What do you think?
I mean, we could do that. Shall I say that, or do you want to say that?
Yeah, you can say it. I will present him tomorrow, much better.
Okay. Yes, so tomorrow we will have that guy coming that has been dominating the first Romaniacs. He was unbeatable at that times. It is Cyril Deprez. He has won Red Bull Romaniacs 3 times. He has won the Dakar Rally multiple times. He's now racing in cars on the Dakar Rally. So he's still into motorsports. He's also still riding motorcycle. He's just not, he's slightly injured still after a ligament injury, and therefore he can't ride with us. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he would be sitting on the bike and coming from spots to spots, because it's so beautiful out here, and he also loves Romania.
Which edition was the best for him?
I think winning the first year was, I'm not sure if he did expect, because nobody knew what to expect in the first year. So that was for sure a very special win. He also won in 2005. He had some problems in 2006, and he won again in 2007. So, and then came some really ugly years, like in 2010 was the year with huge rain and big disaster on the racetracks, people getting stuck all over, running out of fuel because it was so slippery. And yeah, and then there was another competition where we had a lot of rain issues. That was in 2018. That was even worse.
Can it be even worse? I saw some videos from yesterday which were almost unbelievable. So some gossiping about the riders, something special, do you know, from their history, especially from Cyril, because I know he had some kind of issues in the past, maybe in the last edition where he was competing. Can you tell us?
Yeah, I hear now Manuel coming, so it's going to be action here soon. He's arriving to the point. And maybe I can explain you a little bit later about Cyril and whatever happened and the big thunderstorm. I think you can ask Manuel. He will tell you that he experienced yesterday something that none of us have really seen often.
Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to Manuel Lettenbichler. Hello, Manuel. I know you want to drink some water, but just wait a bit for 2 questions, please. How was your journey yesterday? We saw some really nice footage, incredible footage. What can you tell us about yesterday?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, when the storm came in, it was... I think I never experienced something like this while riding, so it was definitely something new, but I'm glad that the day was over. It was pretty hard, pretty long at the end, so yeah, stoked that it goes so good right now, so quite happy.
What do you expect for the rest of the day?
Now we're like right in front of the Live Maniacs. I think I know this hill, so it's definitely not easy to do it 3 times, so the body is definitely gonna get a higher heart rate now, and yeah, we hopefully can have a solid and clean race until the finish.
Thank you very much. I wish you good luck.
So good to see Manny there. He's about to get on track here, and nice to hear from Martin there too about you know, how he's developed the sport here. So you know, for Martin, it's always about the lifestyle. And for those that don't know, Martin came from the snowboarding background. He is a world champion snowboarder, and he was always about doing it differently. You know, he was you know, during his interviews and that, it was about the lifestyle, not about how many training sessions they did. And what most don't know is that Martin's training was riding the enduro bike, was riding a motorbike and pushing the limit, pushing it, because, Daryl, the sport of hard enduro, for those that don't know, it's brutal. It's a whole body workout.
It is. We saw the guys take a lot of pain yesterday Today they've got a long day. Tomorrow is going to be the most difficult day of the race. And then the final on day 4 is just the classic ride back into Costa Rica. So for those of you that have just joined us that didn't watch yesterday, I'm just going to give you a quick recap. So Manny Lettermichler dominated the day yesterday. He's got a 23-minute lead over second place Tristan Hart. Billy Bolt's currently in third place, 34 minutes behind Manny. Wade Young in fourth, 41 minutes off. Michael Volkner had a great day yesterday, 50 minutes off. Graham Jarvis, our GOAT, is an hour off. Theodore Kabakchev got a penalty yesterday. He's an hour 12 behind. Mario Roman, an hour 23. Sonia Gaugier was in ninth at an hour 43. And Medi Green, our leading junior, in an hour 50. So that just shows the extreme temperatures from yesterday and how stretched out the top 10 are. So they're going to want to get through a clean day today. They know that tomorrow is going to be difficult, and try not make any mistakes and try and close any gaps. But these are big gaps to close.
So just on the day 2's results here so far, what we've seen from the guys when they've come through the checkpoint, Manny is the first bike on the road, and he's also the first in the timing sheets at the moment. So he's currently fastest on track. And in second place, there's Theodore Kabachia. So he is really on a charge today. You know, he lost a lot of time yesterday, so he's going to want to put the hammer down. He's really quick in these flowing trails and the faster flowing stuff. So he's going to want to push as hard as he can to get back on that time. And Wade Young in third as well. So Wade had some problems early in the day yesterday. We saw he lost his back brake, which is pretty scary on these downhills. You definitely don't want to lose your back brake. But he managed to sort that out. And he was really pushing hard yesterday. He made some good time. But the last hills just managed to get him there. He lost quite a bit there. And fourth on the road today is Billy. So Billy also, he's on a charge. He had a tough day yesterday on the last climbs. He actually ran out of fuel, I think, because of all the spinning, and managed to get some fuel from some of the silver riders. So Billy also want to come and get back on his time today. So hopefully we're going to see some more visuals soon of the next guys coming through. We're going to head back to Diana and see if she's got any other riders there with her.
So we started the interviews a bit earlier today because comparing to yesterday, when the boys had 5 minutes break after they did the laps, today they have 5 minutes break before they do these laps. So I had the chance to already interview Manuel Lettenbrichler, and I don't hear another motorcycle aside of his. So I think he has quite a good chance to lead for the rest of the day. Back to you guys.
So second on the road today is Tristan Hart, because he started on the road second behind Manny. I'll just take you through those top 5 on the starting position. So it was Manny went off first this morning, and then Tristan. So we might see Tristan coming into picture next, but it is Theodore who's second fastest on the road at the moment. Billy Bolt started in third, Wade Young fourth, Michael Walkner in fifth, and Graham Jarvis in sixth. So we should start seeing those guys coming through. But as we heard earlier from Manny, he has seen this section before. He's going to really want to put the hammer down and charge. He made some really good time on the rest of the field yesterday, pulling quite a significant gap, especially only after day 1. So the other guys coming up behind him are going to know that. They're going to have it in the back of their minds, and they're going to want to close that bridge to him.
Also, starting order this morning, we had the first 3 riders 3 minutes apart. And then after that, I think they're 1 minute intervals. As we see, Manny's crossing right by in front of us here and starting the bottom of this climb called the Dam. A couple of switchbacks in the beginning are not too difficult. And then in about another 50 meters or so, he's going to start getting into some really steep sections.
So he made short work even of the downhill there. I mean, it didn't take him very long to come down. He really came down really quick. And so he's decided to go left of that tree there, which is quite interesting. We saw our track managers take it to the right and do the pivot turn, but he's just going across this canvas so smoothly. You can hear the bike hardly even revving. He's just feathering that clutch, hardly revving the bike to make sure that he doesn't break traction, because he doesn't want that back wheel slipping down the trail.
I would say perfect conditions over here. The ground, when I walked up, it's nice and loamy. It's not too loose. Some rain definitely has fallen over here because it's very damp. And I think traction can't be better right now.
And we saw in the background there earlier that the sun is coming through, so the sun is breaking through the clouds. I think at the moment the conditions are absolutely great. I mean, look at that soil, it's just a little bit damp. He's getting such good grip. And he's going to head up into these steeper rocks now. So from where he is, he's going to take a right turn, and then he's going to come up into these steeper rocks. There's two lines here on these rocks, so he can take a tight left here. He can take a tight left and then up a little chute, or he can go slightly to the right, where it's a little bit easier across the camber.
Yeah, I can't tell you how steep the section is just walking up it, and you know, Manny is one of the best climbers we have on the Hard Enduro World Championship, making short work of it. To be good in this, you need obviously to be a good rider, you need to have the skill, but there's also a lot of bike preparation that goes into it. You need to make sure that you've got a lot of torque, that you've got the right, I always talk about soft boosters and soft tires. Tire technology has changed a lot. The boosters and the tire combination, Craig, has evolved so much over the years. 10 years ago the guys were still riding with motocross tires, and the difference in technology in the rubber now makes the impossible possible.
Yeah, and if you look closely when it comes around the corner here, you'll see that how soft that tire is. It's just absolutely like a marshmallow soft, just sticking on the ground. And you can see Manny here just taking his time. You know, he's not pushing super hard. He said earlier his heart rate's going to get up a bit, but he's going to want to manage that. He knows that he doesn't want to push into the red zone. He's just about up and over here. There's the Red Bull arch in front of him, and he's already up and over on his first lap.
Yeah, well, he definitely made short work of that. That downhill too is also quite sketchy. You know, you can get a runaway down there. It's really, really steep. And we seem to bother him too much. We don't have any cameras on the downhill though.
So we saw some of the other riders there now. Some of the other riders are in the 5-minute zone. We see now that they're waiting for their opportunity to go through. They're just watching Manny. Let's go across to Diana and see who she's with.
Hey, I'm here with Billy Bolt. Billy, how is it going?
Not too bad. It's been pretty intense morning. Nothing like super difficult, but quite a lot of gold sections. So it's been good. The grass is super slippy, and we had like 2 long grass uphills, which I lost quite a bit of time on, but it's what it is. So far, so good.
After yesterday's crazy experience, what would you prefer today, heat or rain?
Just the finish line would be nice. That's all I want.
Thank you. Good luck. We have...
So Billy is comical as ever there. You just gotta love it, eh? But I mean, look at this. Look at Manny. He's already down the hill. I think when Billy was talking about the grass, we already heard Manny coming down here. So he's absolutely tearing up this course. And he's definitely seeing, you can hear now, he's going a lot faster through this camber. He knows what the conditions are like. He's had a feel for the grip. He knows which lines he wants to take. Daryl, I would dare to say that Manny could clear this whole Live Maniacs section before we see Tristan even start.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, it's I don't think it's even a minute that he's taken to get up.
Yeah,
1 or 2 minutes. The gap between the two of them is 3 minutes. So yeah, I think we will see Tristan coming into the section before Manny gets out. Making a small little mistake over there, just getting his back wheel back in the right place.
So just on the timing there, I can tell you that who we have sitting waiting in the 5-minute box there before they go out. We've got Manny, we've got Theodore, we've got Wade, Billy and Tristan Hart. So those top 5 guys are all in the box there waiting to come out. And because they've been scanned there at the checkpoint, second on the road is definitely Theodore, so he's on a charge. Wade in 3rd and Billy in 4th. Billy, like he told us earlier, lost a bit of time there. So, you know, I can tell you this grass is super slippery. It's got like some kind of like a wax on it, and you just can't get any drive on the tires. Tristan in 5th, so Tristan, he was second. He started second on the road behind Manny, so he's losing a little bit of time. We saw him push really hard yesterday. He was having a really fast day up until about 3/4 of the way through, so maybe he just overspent it a little bit.
So just reminding everybody that Manny has won Romaniacs 3 times. So he won it in 2019, 2020, 2021. And last year he had a penalty, he had a touch issue on day one. But all in all, you know, he's got a 100% record this year so far. He won X-Ross overall, he won Würzburg overall, and he won yesterday's day. So he's got a 100% win ratio so far this year. He's leading the current Hard Enduro World Championship, and he's leading the way here at the 20th edition of the Red Bull Romania.
So Manny, he's just about to clear the top here, and Tristan has just joined us. So Tristan has come past our booth here, he's come down the hill, and just, that's what I was talking about earlier. Look at Manny's tire there, look how soft that mousse is in that tire, so he can just get as much grip as possible. But Tristan going pretty good in front of us here up this hill. You can see he's just following Manny's lines, he's just picking Manny's lines, because you can see on the ground where the color of the soil has turned a much darker brown. Where Manny's been, he's following Manny's lines exactly. He got a little bit caught up on that on the rock by the tree where Manny did his pivot turn, but we should get a shot of Tristan pretty soon.
So no wheel spin whatsoever. You can see Manny was constantly looking back at his back wheel, making sure that it was positioned right, it wasn't going to slip off an off camber. They can look back at in an instant and check and make sure that they're going to get that drive that they need.
So there's Tristan. You got some nice pictures here of Tristan and the dam in the background there, but you can see him there using that technique that we talked about yesterday, sitting as far back as he can on the seat and just letting his legs hang off the sides of the bike to make sure that he's getting good drive. And Tero as well is in front of us. So Tero and Wade right one after each other through the section. So we've got 4 riders, and here Billy also joining them. So this is getting crazy busy here.
Yeah,
bit of traffic.
This Live Maniacs is going to be action-packed. We've got the best riders in the world right in front of us. I'm looking out of our booth here, and I can just see Theodore there with those long legs pushing his way up. Wade and Billy waiting patiently behind. So Wade doing a nice pivot over there. He's not in shot at the moment as we see Tristan here going up towards the top side. Tristan finished 4th at Romaniacs last year, and he's just finished 3rd at Würzburg. He's currently 2nd in the Hard Enduro World Championship.
So Manny has now joined this group here with Billy, Wade and Theodore, and Manny's had to wait as well. Manny's had to just wait for Billy to clear over the rock here. A little bit of traffic, as I said earlier. It's a little bit one line from the start here, but as they start getting higher up to those steeper rocks, the lines are going to open up and we could see some overtakes there. And Manny will be very happy to clear the section now, because he knows that the other guys are still only entering it. They've still got to do it 3 times. So he's going to know in his mind now that he's going to be able to just stretch that elastic. As he gets over the top here, he's going to be able to stretch that elastic, get out of sight, and put the hammer down.
Okay, Tristan up and over for lap number 1. Manny should get out of the section and out onto the road without getting into too much traffic here, but we just saw Wade, Billy and Teo all close together. There's Wade Young.
So here we go. So Wade is behind Theodore, with Theodore slightly ahead of him, followed by Billy, and then Manny is just behind Billy. But let's see what's going to happen here in these rock sections where there's a few lines to take. So looks like Theodore there just coming up the top. So Theodore's quite close to the top now. He's in that little groove where the soft sand is and those rolling rocks. So he's managed to pull away a little bit from this group that were chasing him down.
So remember Theodore, he finished 2nd here last year at Romaniacs. He was 8th in 2021. He's 4th in the championship. So much potential, so much talent. I saw him in the forest yesterday. He was looking so good and such a big advantage with those long legs.
And you can see him just bouncing that back suspension over that rock there. He got a little bit caught up, used his weight, rolled it back a little bit, bounced it over, and with the rebound of the back shock managed to get over that rock. So there's Manny. You can see Manny now. He's trying to pass Billy on the right-hand side there.
Okay, there we got the train.
And Tristan is just coming past us again now for his 2nd lap. But Manny, he'll know where these guys are. You know, he knows he's got that time advantage on them. He doesn't want to overthink it. He just wants to get up smoothly out of here, not get his heart rate too high, and then push on with the rest of the track.
Just taking a breather there while he's waiting for the line to clear. But when he gets up and over, this will be the last. This will be his final lap, Craig. So he'll be out on the track.
So he'll be out of here. And they had their 5 minutes coming into it. So Manny, when he's out the top here, he's going to really get his chance to get out straight out onto the track.
So this climb, Craig, more and more bikes that go through. Do you think it's going to get more difficult?
Definitely. I think it's going to dig out a little bit. It's going to dig down and form a bit of a rut. And you can see how loose the sand is getting. But they might be forced to use one or two of the other lines where there's a little bit of a step, where it might be a little bit slower, but use less energy.
I was speaking to Manny last night, just asking him about leading. Is it an advantage or a disadvantage? And he said to me that it's a 50-50, because some sections are easier to ride getting there first and other sections aren't. And I saw it on Sniper when he got there first, that it was super slick and a lot more difficult than when the next riders came. And once there had been a bit of a line and that top layer had been taken off.
So Manny is out of here. Manny is out of here, and we've got Marco Walkner. Marco Walkner, he came past us here a few seconds ago, so he's just entered the course. Manny going to be stoked to have this behind him and get on with the rest of the day. So there we go. There's Marco Walkner. He cleared the section here in front of us really nicely. I can hear somebody else coming. Who is it?
So Michael had a great day yesterday. He was fifth yesterday. Finished 9th at Romaniacs in 2021, and last year he was 5th overall. A youngster, he's really come through. We've seen how well he rode at Erzberg, and he's certainly one that the top guys should be looking out for.
So Theodore, he's come past us here now. He was the one that was following Marco Walkner, and he looks like he's broken away from that little group that he had with Wade and Billy. So he's broken away slightly. He's about to clear that little rock that they were struggling to get over. And Wade has lost his front wheel. Wade lost the front wheel on the camber here. He's going to try to roll it back now. We'll hopefully get you some pictures of that as we see Michael Walkner clearing out the top there.
And Michael Walkner is also currently tied 5th in the Hard Enduro World Championship with Graeme Jarvis, fighting for the 4th place.
So Michael's making good work of this. He's going to use that deep groove there, that rut, and just keep his wheels as flat as he can. And also wants to make sure that the back wheel is following the front wheel, because if he starts going a little bit sideways, what happens is that back wheel starts using the side knobblies and not in the middle of the tire, and you're definitely going to lose a bit of grip. Michael just rolling it back there, taking a little breather. He knows he needs to fire it up to get over this little groove here.
Some nice Austrian talents coming through there. I saw him out on track yesterday. He was looking really good. Loving hard enduro.
And you can see how they're sweating already. So, you know, it's the sun isn't out as it was yesterday, but it's still pretty humid out here.
Yeah, these live maniac sections are really in your face. It's, you know, they know they're on camera as well. They don't want to make any mistakes. But most of all, just get through the section as quickly as possible.
So we've got Tristan come past us here now as well. So Tristan is on his last lap. He's actually done really well through here. You know, he's come through pretty quickly, and then once he's over the top, he's going to be out on course with Manny. As we see Marco Walkner coming in to complete his first one. Beautiful shots there of the dam as they're clearing the section to come down, but they're going down it really quick. And here's Billy. So look at Billy using that technique. He had one foot on the foot peg there just to bounce that back shock, get the rebound to kick that back tire up and over the ledge.
So Billy finishing 3rd yesterday. He's our 3-time Super Enduro World Champion, 2020, 2022, and 2023.
So Wade, as he slipped that front tire there in front of us a little bit earlier, but he's managed to make a good recovery to stay ahead of Billy, because they were right together a bit earlier on. So Wade made a good recovery there. He's pushing on to try and stretch away a bit from Billy and catch back up to Theodore, because he knows Theodore's on a charge today. If he can catch onto Theodore, they can pull each other along and then try and make us jump for it towards the end of the day.
So Wade finished 4th yesterday. Billy finished 3rd. So Billy's want to make his way, try to get back past Wade again. Wade missed last year's Romaniacs due to back injury, but he finished 2nd in 2021. He's really strong at these races. The Romaniacs suits him down to the ground, and races like this, the longer rallies like Roof of Africa and Romaniacs, is where Wade really does well.
So you can see the Red Bull arch there just in the background, just at the top of the hill where Wade is. So he's almost up and over for his second lap now. He'll turn at the top there and come back down for his last one. You can see the determination and focus in Wade's eyes there. You know, he's a former winner of this event. He knows what he's doing. He knows what it takes to win. Billy just getting a little bit caught up today, a little bit uncharacteristic of Billy. You know, he's an outstanding rider, technically so good. But maybe just some things have happened to this morning or from yesterday that's got him a little bit shaken up. So here we see Tristan. So Tristan is caught back onto this group. So Tristan's made some good time here. So he's on his third lap, remember. So he's about to clear this section. Billy out now. Billy out for his last one. So he's going to want to try and catch back up to Wade there on this downhill. Theodore coming past us now. So Theodore's coming past us here for his last lap. You can see a little bit of a rut there, a bit of a groove forming, which is going to help these guys, especially the ones coming a little bit later on this morning.
There you can see those long legs working. But Teo is so strong.
Wade coming past us now. So that gap has remained more or less the same between Theodore and Wade on the section. We should see Billy pretty soon, but Wade looks like he's on a charge.
Yeah, he just flew past us. He did a better job of that little piece than Teo did. So he should be, I think he's going to catch Teo now.
He made some really nice time there over that rock.
Yeah, we should see Wade now come into the picture as well.
And we haven't seen Billy come past us here after the downhill. So Billy hasn't managed to close that gap back up to Wade. Sounds like he's about to come past us now. So here he is. Billy's, just so you guys know that he's coming past us on this little off camber in front of us. Theodore just looking where he wants to place us. Oh, he's taking out the cameraman there with that nice pivot turn, but he's going to get onto that flat rock there. He's going to look for the flat rock and not ride in the soil because he knows that tire of his is really going to hook up on the flat rock. But interesting there, Daryl. Can you see he's not riding with the sump plate?
No, I didn't notice. Maybe he's lost it already.
Could have lost it. You know, usually the guys ride with some kind of what we call a sump plate or a bash guard, usually aluminium or really thick plastic that they put underneath the frame of the bike just to protect the frame and especially the casing, because you don't want to hit a rock on the casing and put a hole in there and with all the oil run out. We did, that was the problem that Alfredo had yesterday. We heard Alfredo yesterday telling us that he had to stop just after the start because his sump plate had come loose and was dragging on the ground. So Billy, shame, he's making a real meal of this now.
I'm not enjoying this hill.
And there's Theodore. So Theodore, you can see the Red Bull arch in the background there. He's just about to clear through the section now. Wade, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Wade in picture because he absolutely motored up the section in front of us now. Seemed to close in a bit on Theodore there.
Well, if these guys are struggling like this, then the rest of the golds are really going to battle. We saw it yesterday on our live Maniac section, how the guys were starting to struggle on the second half of the golds.
So it looks like Theodore just going, making sure he doesn't come back down here again. He's going to make sure he goes to the right checkpoint to make his way back out onto the course. And Matty Green there, what you doing there, Matty?
Yeah, great shot of Matty having a pee there. Thanks for the camera guys.
So Billy's into this little groove here now. He's more or less halfway up now.
Currently third in the World Championship, so he's in it for the win.
And you can see those stones there just rolling down into the path, making their lives quite difficult here because they just can't get any drive. Michael Wagner is coming past us. You can hear the bike in the background. So he's on his last lap, and that little groove there on this off-cam is really developing nicely now. So these guys are able to carry their speed across the section and try and clear that rock. Billy just struggling for traction here. You can see he's just trying to find the right groove, find the right place to put his tires to get him up, but he's just about there. Come on, Bill.
Oh, Billy, a mastered endurocross. I just love the way he hit that jump at the finish of the prologue. I still can't get my head around it. I went back and measured it out. It was absolutely insane. Let's jump across and see what Maddie Green has to say.
How is it, Brew?
Hey, it's head's a little bit slow this morning. We've had a bit of a wake up, a couple gold sections for breakfast, and my body's feeling quite tired. This morning I woke up and made my way down to breakfast, and then I was like, okay, we've got a pretty long day ahead of us, so yeah, keep strong and keep going.
After yesterday's experience, what do you prefer today, rain or heat?
Oh, you know, rain made it quite interesting. I'd like to see Martin and have some words with him. I don't know where he is, but I'm not very big, so I don't know what I can really do. But anyways, it's definitely gold for a reason. It wasn't easy yesterday.
Why would you like to see Martin? Do you want to complain about the weather or what?
I don't want to complain to Martin. I just want to have some words with him. Maybe he can come and ride the track, and I suppose it's our job to do it, not his. So yeah, just got to be tough and keep going.
Thanks, Matthew. Good luck.
Thanks, Diana. See you guys. Peace and love.
So Maddie Green there, 22 years old from South Africa. It's his last year in juniors, and he's currently leading the Junior World Championship. He said yesterday that he was loving the day until the storm came through. The forest got dark, and he got caught in a hailstorm. He said it actually looked like there was snow on the ground. He couldn't see where he was going, and then he never expected another 5 gold sections after that, and he had to dig really deep to get to the finish, as did everybody else. I think nobody had an easy ride yesterday, Craig.
No, definitely not. And we've heard a common theme here from these top guys that they're feeling really tired today, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of them, you know, after essentially one day's racing. I mean, the prologue was intense and short, but, you know, after the first long day, it's a little bit uncharacteristic that you hear from these guys that they're feeling a bit tired because, you know, they're the best of the best. They're highly specialized and trained athletes, but my guess would be that just with the rain yesterday and all the wheel spinning and the pushing, that it just sent them over the edge of their heart rates there, right into the red zone for too long. And what happens is your body just takes that much longer to recover from that, and definitely makes you feel a bit heavy in the legs and tired today.
Michael Wagner, he's finished with his Live Maniac section, going out on track. He'll be super happy with that. I saw Wade Young last night running around looking for ice. He had an ice bath just to help his muscles recover. I know that Kirsten Landman from South Africa, she was put on a drip last night. Brett Swanepoel was seriously dehydrated. There were a lot of stories like that in the paddock yesterday throughout all the classes, bronze, silver, gold. Yesterday was a brutal day, one of the hardest days that some of the guys have ever had on a motorcycle. They said they've never in their lives experienced anything like that, and I can relate to that from my hardest race that I've ever done, definitely going back to Romaniacs in the wet.
Yeah, that 2020 year was really insane with the wet weather. So let's see who Diana. She has someone very special there.
I'm here with the legend. Jarvis, how was your day?
Not a good start today. I got lost, feeling tired, but just keeping going. I just got to keep going, get to the service point, maybe get some energy, hopefully for the later. Oh. Hopefully for this afternoon.
After yesterday's experience, what would you prefer today, rain or heat?
I just want an easy day, try and recover, get some energy, dry, perfect conditions, not too hot, not too cold.
Go faster, not switch the route.
Exactly, yeah, just stick to the route. Getting lost is a nightmare. Just lose so much time, got behind a few riders.
So Sonny Goja here
you can
coming
do.
past us now, and Matty Green
Thank you
hot
very
on his
much, and I
heels.
wish
So
you good
Matty's
luck.
going to try and...
See ya.
So there's Matty Green now. Matty Green chasing down Sonny Goja. And I can just give you some provisional results here of the guys that have cleared those checkpoints now. So the riders that have cleared this Live Mania section and are out on the rest of the course. So this is for day 2. We got Manny Littenbichler is still currently leading. Tristan Hart in second. So Tristan, we saw him really going really quick through this Live Maniac section, and that's helped him to jump back ahead of Theodore. Theodore in third now. Wade Young fourth. Michael Volkner in fifth, and Billy Bolton sixth.
Sonny Goja having a really good year. He finished 12th at Erzberg, and he finished 9th on off-road day 1 here at Romaniacs. So he's really coming through in the hot enduro scene. He's becoming more and more recognized.
And we saw him in the prologue there. I mean, he was outstanding in the prologue, really good techniques. And even the Live Maniacs, he had a really solid, a solid 3 laps there in the Live Maniacs yesterday. And tearing up the course here today as well. So Matty Green, we should see him in shot now. Just now, he was a little bit grumpy, I would say. A little bit grumpy. He wants to have a chat to Martin. I don't know what that's all about, but sometimes, you know, these guys, the emotion takes over and takes control, and you need to keep that in check, you know. And maybe that's just Matty's youth and a little bit of inexperience, where, you know, you can't let your mind wander. You know, we heard Graham interview there with Diana saying that, you know, he's just got to get through it. He knows it's hard. And that's just the mindset between the old and the young, you know. And Matty's certainly learning every single time he's on the bike, and he's definitely going to be a star for the future.
Well, I think everybody loves to hate hard enduro.
That's it.
You love it while you're doing
Yeah.
it, and sometimes you hate it. But when you finish, you want to go back and do it all over again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
So here we have Dieter Rudolph is with Diana there. Let's hear from Dieter.
I'm here with Dieter Rudolph. Hi Dieter, how is it going?
Yeah, today was much more better than yesterday. I find a really good flow directly after the beginning, and I make no much mistakes. So it was possible to overtake Graham twice, but before this checkpoint I was a little bit too slow. But now I'm really happy with my run.
I know you're an amateur, working 40 hours a week. How does it feel to still ride gold?
It's difficult to say, but yeah, I really love the sport, and normally I have fun at the Romaniacs. Sometimes it's changed a little bit when it's so hard, but no, I'm pretty happy, and I try to give my best, and I hope we see us in the finish.
Yesterday was a pretty tough day for everybody. What do you expect for today?
I hope it's not starting raining again. So at the moment the track is pretty nice, the grip is amazing, so yeah, it makes fun to ride, so I hope it's sunny.
I was about to ask you if it's slippery enough, but you said that the grip is good, so there's no need to ask. Thank you very much, good luck.
Thank you.
So good to hear there from Dieter Rudolph, and I can, you know, you've got to take your hats off to guys like Dieter Rudolph, who works a normal job. You know, he's not like a professional like the rest of these top sort of 5 guys that can train and be in the gym when they need to. This gold, I cannot tell you, Daryl. I mean, you know, you've done it. The step even between silver and gold is a massive leap. So really, hats off to Dieter. He's having an amazing race, finishing 13th yesterday, and really in high spirits.
Yeah, and you know, 13th is a remarkable result, but still 3 hours off the leaders, which just shows you that there's a 3-hour gap between first and 13th in the gold class, which is incredible. Sonny Goja just coming past us here for his second lap. He's actually looking really good.
You can see that rocky ledge there is now just moved off to the side, so that's going to help them a little bit if they can get into that rut there. And we can see
Dominic Alzawi has just come through, and then Graham Jarvis is third. So there's a bit of a train forming, and I've just seen Graham getting jammed up behind Dominic there. Not too much place to pass here, but there are a couple of little lines where he should be able to sneak his way past.
But that rut is forming nicely, so they shouldn't get held up too much. Matty Green now coming past us here, so he's about 10 or 12 seconds behind Graham and Dominic there. As we see Sonny Goja, he's now making his way up through those last couple turns now before he's going to get up and over the top.
So Sonny finished 9th yesterday. He was an hour 45 off Manny's time. He had a really strong day yesterday, wedged between Mario Roman and Matty Green. Remarkable ride. So Graham's the master of traction and climbs. Let's see if he'll be able to keep fending off Matty Green, because I'm sure Matty's going to want to pass Graham up here.
Yeah, or at least tag onto him, you know, and just keep that pace there with Graham. But Graham's going to maybe look for one of those other lines there to try and get ahead of Dominic, or he's going to just bide his time because he knows that he can clear this section and then get onto the rest of the track.
Well, he knows he's got another 2 hard laps to go, right? So he's going to... Graham's become a master of saving energy. So if he can get past, he'll get past, but he's not going to be make any aggressive moves, I don't think.
And if you have a look at some of the videos on our social feeds there and on our website, there's one in particular that I watched yesterday of Graham, which was just incredible. I mean, the guys ahead of him were taking 3, 4, 5, 6 runs at some of these the big hills that were just sloshy with mud. Graham arrived there, backed it up, had a look, fired it up, and just cleared it in one move.
Yeah, I think Graham's he's gonna want to find a way past. So let's just see if he gets the opportunity or not. But there you can see that how dugout is getting in some places.
And those big rocks there just getting in the way. They need to try and bounce over them. And you can see he's just losing grip there as he hits that rock. It's the back wheel's just sliding out.
Yeah, Graham's definitely going to look for a way past to see if he gets opportunity. Maddie in the background there. So yeah, we've got a little bit of a bottleneck now in this section. And there's more riders that are coming into the bottom past our commentary booth.
Dieter Rudolph has now come just past us. He's on this little traverse. He's heading across to the right-hand side, having a look at that rock there that was bothering everyone a little bit earlier. So Dominic may be feeling the pressure here a little bit. He's just had a look to his left there. He's seen Graham. He knows he's there. And he's going to try and stay ahead of him, but he knows that also that he's getting hunted down here by Graham and Matty Green. Matty doing a superb job here. He's bridged that gap a little bit to Graham, so he's on the back of this group now.
So Matty was a winner of the FIM Junior World Cup in 2022, and he's currently leading the 2023 Junior Hard Enduro World Championship. Nobody really close to him at the moment. So if all goes well, mustn't jinx it, the commentator's curse.
Come on,
Matty's in a great position to take a world championship this year.
So these little
bit early, it's only the 3rd round.
These little breathers that where Graham has to just pause every now and then. I mean, it's not the worst thing, you know. You can just give him an opportunity to get his heart rate down. You can see one of his bootstraps there have come loose, and there he goes. So he's fired it up there on the left, used the grass as traction, and managed to get past Dominic. That's a really good shot, that.
But Graham was so chilled as ever. Yeah, I'm just going to go and, just take my time, see how the day goes. He's got nothing to prove anymore. But I can tell you at 48 years old, he would love to take another Romaniacs win. I want to see Graham doing Romaniacs when he's 50.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we saw him there. You know, that just shows the awareness of the guy. You know, I just mentioned that his bootstrap had come undone. And when he came into the checkpoint there, the first thing he did was lean down and tie it back up again. So he's just so aware of everything that's going on around him. Oh, Sonny clearing this section nicely now. That's a beautiful pivot turn. We saw our track managers in the track walk earlier. They had to jump off their bikes there and do that turn just to make sure that they didn't slide down. And Sonny has made that look really easy. So he's lining up here now. This is the little rocky section here where he's going to come across and get over these ledges. Just taking it easy, you know, he's just not burning his energy, keeping it smooth, keep those wheels turning, and keep moving forward. So Graham, he is down already. Jarvis is down. He's just come past us again here at our commentary booth. Just going across this camber so nicely, keeping the revs low on the bike. He's past that little rock now, so that's no problem for these riders anymore. And Dominic trying to just stay hot on his heels.
And you can see Graham just pulled away from Matty Green. Matty might have got stuck somewhere. He was quite close to Graham on the last lap there, but Graham just managed to not get stuck anywhere, and that's the thing. He manages to find traction everywhere, and he just keeps going. There, Matty's just come past us now, so Dieter Rudolph is in between them.
And we saw Graham at this switchback just before this, just jumping off to pull that front wheel around, where we saw Sonny Goggia riding that left-hand turn. So you can just see how difficult it is.
But this suits Graham down to the ground. This is his kind of riding. Just those slow little pivots and just making sure that he doesn't miss a beat. The wheel is on track, on point every single time. So you're a masterclass of riding here from Graham.
You'll remember that he started in 12th yesterday after the prologue. So he was 12th on the road and managed to make his way up. He made some good time yesterday, especially when the rain came down. You know, that's his style. That's the harder the better for Graham. As soon as it really gets tough, Graham is on the move.
Graham's currently tied fifth in the championship this year. He finished 6th at X-Ross and he finished 6th at Erzberg. Starting from the second row. You know, I didn't think he would make his way to 6th place at Erzberg, but he did. We just watched him whittle his way through the field.
So you can see him now just pulling away from that trio that was in there with Dominic and Matty Green. So maybe those other two just overcooked it a little bit.
Oh, there's a rare mistake from Graham.
Yeah.
Just tipping it over.
Yeah.
Our most winningest rider of all time. I mean, he's won Romaniacs 7 times, and he's won Erzberg 5 times.
Incredible.
So it'll take a long while before we get anybody else with 7 wins here. I mean, the closest that we've had is Manny's won it 3 times, and Cyril Deprez won it 3 times.
So Mark Lazara, he just come past our booth now. He just came past us at the bottom here, so he's making up some good time because he had a real tough day yesterday. And we can see Graham, he's almost over and cleared now. So he's almost cleared the Live Maniacs. Managed to break away now from that group of Dominic and Matty Green. He's out of sight, so they're not going to see him. They're not going to be able to mentally try and stay with him and close that gap. But you can see how loose it's getting as well.
It's getting really spun out in some places. But there is a nice line forming as well, so I don't think it's all too bad, Craig.
So we're going to come now.
Another red
once he's over this, I think that's a section where he managed to make that pass on Dominic on the left there.
They're so close to that Red Bull arch. It looks flat, but believe me, it's not. I struggled to walk up there this morning. It's really steep. The camera just does not do it any justice. You can see how high they've climbed in such a short space.
So there you go. Graham has cleared that section now. Here he comes for his last one. Dieter Rudolph, he's also just come past our booth here. Gone across this camera, but he's caught up a little bit on the rock there, losing a little bit of time.
There we can see him, Miha in the background. Must have heard me. Okay, great shot of Dieter Rudolph there.
And he has this left turn, so he's going to make this tight left-hand switchback. Sonny really cleared that switchback easily and made some good time there. Well, not easy, I mean nothing's easy here, but he made it look so good.
So Dieter's just taking his time, getting his heart rate down. You know, there's nothing worse than when you're pushing hard on these sections and your heart rate gets high. That's when you start making mistakes. So every now and then, steal a couple of seconds, 10 or 15 seconds. It'll just be enough to get your heart rate down, and then you can attack these climbs again. There's Mario Romaniacs just coming past us. He's just jumped in front of Graham. So we should get, there we got Graham in the shot with Mario.
Mario just got a little bit caught up on that rock there. So, you know, he hasn't been through here on his second lap. You might want to remember to keep some momentum through that section, but just a little bit caught up there. And Graham's got another rider ahead of him, but, you know, Mario, outstanding rider. He's going to push on hard up here. I'm sure it's going to be no problem for him.
So Mario, he was 8th after yesterday. He lost an hour 23 on Manny yesterday. Yesterday was an absolutely brutal day.
So just to give you an idea what's happening out on the rest of the course while these guys are in the Live Maniacs, Theodore, he's managed to pass Tristan on time. So on the road, Tristan will be second, but Theodore managed to pass Tristan. So he's definitely on a big charge today. Tristan in third and Wade Young in fourth.
So Mario is our third place man. He finished third at Romaniacs in 2021, and he finished third at Romaniacs last year. He's currently 8th in the Hard Enduro World Championship. He hit a deer at Erzberg. Can you believe it? He was knocked out. He thought he hit a stone, but it was an animal, completely unconscious. And that's why he didn't finish Erzberg. Then he spent almost a week in a wheelchair, massive hematoma on his leg. And thank goodness he's okay now, and he managed to make it to Romaniacs.
As you can see just how fluid these guys are, you know, Mario and Graham just riding through the section really smoothly, really fluid, keeping the momentum going, keeping those wheels turning. And they managed to just catch up to Dieter here, so they've just caught Dieter Rudolph as he's clearing out the top here.
Mario also finished, he had a really good result at the first round. He finished second at X-Ross, and Graham finished 6th at X-Ross. So yeah, pretty much level pegged up here. They're riding together, and at the top of the climb, Graham will fork right, and he'll go onto the rest of the track, and Mario will still have another 2 laps.
And you can see as these guys come around this corner, take note of just how tall those knobbies are on their front wheels, and you know, the front wheel and the pressure of the tire on the front is just as important as the back, because these guys, after their service points, are going to have some extremely steep downhills to contend with, and those taller knobbies on the front wheel really helps them to get that bite on the front brake and make sure they don't get any runaways.
With the rain yesterday, there was a clip that I saw with Billy sliding down next to his bike. I mean, he was literally holding on his bike, making sure he didn't lose his bike, and he slid all the way down. And if guys like Billy are doing that, then I don't think what tire you got on the front, Craig. When it rains, it becomes impossible. It's quite a good name Martin chose actually for his 20th edition.
Yeah, impossible.
I think some of the stuff yesterday was impossible for a lot of guys.
So Mark Lazaro, he's come past us here now for his second lap. So doing really nicely out there on the course. And Daryl, you can see a lot of guys now these days starting to prefer to ride with those sort of what you'd call motocross flaps as opposed to the wraparound handguards or bark busters. What is the methodology there?
Well, it's just preference. I think rider's preference. You know, the aluminium guards can also get in the way. It adds weight. But if you fall over, then a lot of the time it can, you know, you're not going to break a lever. So it's a bit of a compromise. But yeah, most of the riders don't ride with the aluminium handguards. You can also get your hand wedged in there and break a wrist.
Yeah. So Mark Lazaro just doing this pivot turn here. He's about halfway up the course now. You can see he's a bit out of breath there, just taking a deep breath in before he tries to clear this next section in one move. So let's see who else we can expect. Who else might be dropping in here pretty soon? We've still got Rink Tenstra. He should be coming into picture fairly soon. He started 3 positions behind Mario.
Our Spanish rider, Mark Ribelazaro, in picture now, finished 14th yesterday, 2 hours 55 behind Manny, and he's just in front of Mark Fernandez Serra. And our South African Brett Swanepoel finished 16th yesterday.
So we've seen Mario come past us here again now, so that means that Graham Jarvis has finished this section of Live Maniacs. He's out on the course. Mario clearing the section really nicely. And he's closing that gap now to Mark Lazaro. We've also got Peru Irazola from Espanyol. So he's on course now as well. These riders starting to come through thick and fast now. And what we saw yesterday in the quarry at the martial arts is once these guys started to bunch up now, then the track's going to get a little bit blocked up. They're going to have to be a little bit more patient and try and find their way around the rider in front of them.
We were saying earlier, to set the level for the hard enduro world championship is really difficult. The top 10, you can see like there's such a big jump in. The level is a lot higher than the rest of the field. So we started off with 40 gold riders. I'm not sure how many are still in the race, but the top 10 are definitely in a league of their own.
So how it works here is that you get what they call nowadays a joker card or an abandon. So all the riders who didn't make it yesterday, they will be allowed to start today to give them another shot at the track. But if they don't make it today, then that it will be them out of the race. And I think that was Barnabas. I think I saw Barnabas coming past us here. So he's having a great day. We saw yesterday he had a real tough time there in the martial arts. He just couldn't clear that one ledge there going out the top, and he fell down into the back of those trees there. So losing quite a bit of time, but he's riding really nicely on this dam.
This is Mark Fernandez Serra. He's also competing in the Junior World Championship. He's riding for the Alfredo Gomez team, and also some young talent coming through.
You can see some of the other guys there in the box waiting their turn. We got Rigo just waiting his turn now. He's seen these guys coming through. He might have a look on their faces and see what kind of pain they're in, but he's just waiting in anticipation to get out there. So here's Rink Tenstra, real strong guy, pushing his bike up there on a really good day today from Rink.
Yeah, he is. He finished 22nd yesterday, so he's doing quite well today.
Pushing hard now and making, trying to bridge that gap. He's had got a few Romaniacs under the belt, but this year I've seen he's so determined. Really wants to try and get up top there, try and break into the top 15.
He's a Dutch rider. He spends a lot of time in Romania. He's currently 5 hours, 13 minutes behind Manny.
And you can see him there just feathering that clutch, so that back wheel didn't break traction at all. He's just feathering that clutch really smoothly, trying to get the drive up there. And you can see these guys digging down into a little bit further now. So traction out there is not a problem for these guys whatsoever. It's just that it's just so steep, and giving them a proper workout. But traction definitely not a problem today. Rink just, this is quite a big step up here where he is at the moment. And the handguard can get caught on the left-hand side there. Looks like someone's making some tea there, Daryl.
Yeah, just trying to...
I think this is Mark Lazaro. Looks like he's cooked it a little bit there. Maybe his fan's not working, and that can be really problematic for you if your fan is not working, because the bikes overheat. And if you push them too hard, you don't want to heat seize it. Nowadays, almost all of these enduro bikes come fitted with a fan that comes on automatically with the thermostat. So as soon as the water starts getting too hot, the fan comes on and starts to cool. But if Mark Lazzaro's fan is not working there, that's definitely going to be problematic for him.
Yeah, but he's out now, so as he gets some air flowing through the radiators now, the bike will cool down. The one thing you don't want to do is stop and open the radiator.
So we've seen Regal Recall come past us now. So he's out the box and on track. Rink using those long legs of his to try and get some drive here, get some traction. You can see just how far he's sitting off the back of that bike there to try and get that tire to bite in and get him up this hill.
Okay, so I did see an open radiator there, but when it's hot, you can't just go and open it because it'll literally explode. So they've got to let it cool down a little bit, and you can open it after some time, and especially if there's no water in, of course. Mario Roman coming past us. He looked really good up there, Craig.
No, Mario's on a charge. He's really flying, you know. He's such a determined guy, Mario. So determined and motivated. Knows he can fight to the top there. Knows he is definitely capable of a podium position.
The harder the race gets, normally
today.
The happier Mario is. He'll come into our camera view just now.
And we just heard him
revving
revving that bike up. Just, I don't know what happened in there, but I think he's just cleared that section in one move. So if he has managed to do that, that's going to be great for him. Rink making his way up here. So Rink just about to clear the top, but this soft section getting a bit long in the tooth here for these guys. You can see him sweating in the face. Come on, one more shot.
Well, the weather's holding up. There's a nice breeze flowing through here where we are at the moment. It's a little bit cloudy. You know, I'm just so glad that the heat has dissipated. It was 36 degrees when I got here, and now I would say we're around 20 degrees, 18, 20 degrees. Everybody's got jackets on, and the riders are really going to welcome that.
You know, the weather can be so temperamental in the different mountains, so you can't just sort of look at your weather app and hope that that's what's going to happen, because, you know, when you get into the higher mountains and the higher peaks here, it can just change in a second, and you can almost have 4 seasons in one day.
It's pretty much like our climate in Lesotho for the roof of Africa. It can be sunny in the morning and snowing in the afternoon. So when I looked at the weather last night, it showed 94% rain in Sibiu, and then everybody said to me, no, but we're 45 minutes out of Sibiu, and it's probably not going to rain.
So Rink on a second lap here, and Daryl, I think you're talking a bit too soon here. Our tent's about to take off where we're sitting. So the wind picking up a little bit.
Peru Abula Arizola from Spain.
Oh, somebody is cutting rocks out there. Somebody definitely cutting rocks out there. Hopefully we can get some pictures of who it is.
There we can see some coolant.
All the coolant
coming out. Got no choice but to wait and let that bike cool down.
And there's really nothing you can do. Once that bike is overheating, you've got to be patient. You've got to wait for it to cool down. There's absolutely nothing you can do, because if you push it over its limit, if you push it too hard, it's going to get too hot in there, and that motor's going to seize up.
So there was Mark Fernandez Serra there. Our other Spanish rider riding on the Alfredo Gomez team, just waiting for that bike to cool down.
So you can see Mario now. Mario, he's bridged that gap there to Peru. He's just biding his time. Doesn't want to try and some sort of brave overtake where he's going to maybe get stuck. He's just want to wait for Peru to clear the section, because they're not so far from the top now.
He's going to want to get past. He's definitely doesn't want to get held up. Let's just see if we can get Mario's just going to wait for an opportunity. The first opportunity he can get to pass, he's going to go for it.
So we've had Rink come past us here again now. So Rink is through this tricky off-camber here in front of us. He's on his second lap. He's going to start making his way up now. This course definitely getting a little bit cut up. Grooves forming everywhere, but you can always use that to your advantage. So you can see Peru, they're just giving a nod to Mario, letting him know he knows he's there. He's going to maybe try and give Mario a gap if Mario wants to come through. Look at the sweat in his face and the look in his face. He's so determined, Mario.
Mario finished second in the World Championship last year. He's currently lying 8th, obviously because of the deer at Erzberg. So he definitely wants to get a good result here.
You can see his bike steaming there too, and if you look closely, the water's dripping out onto his exhaust pipe there. So I wonder if his fan has stopped working as well. And Rico too. Rico cooking his bike here. So what's going on with these guys? I wonder, you know, certainly not all of them.
It's quite loose, Craig. I think the guys are wheel spinning quite a bit, getting the engines revving a bit more than the front guys, and building up temperature.
So we've got 4 riders in front of us here now. 4 riders are on track all together. So this is what we talked about a bit earlier, that when these guys start coming through, you know, their starting intervals, they don't get the 3 minutes like the top guys. So their starting intervals are much closer together, and they end up bunching up. And we've got 4 of them on track now, so they're going to be fighting for position here.
Mario Roman, I think he's just waiting a bit, just letting that bike cool down a little bit, just catching his breath. He knows he doesn't want to damage that bike.
And it's smart because that fan will just draw that air through there. If he just lets it cool down, the fan is going to draw the air through and bring the temperature down.
He has his chance to pass Peru Arizola. So he'll want to get in front of him before he heads back down for that downhill.
He'll be out now, Daryl. He's off the course now, so he's cleared. Yeah, he's done his 3 laps.
You're right.
And
he'll
off he
be super
goes.
happy with that. Get some air flowing through the radiator and cool that bike down. But not Peru is not so lucky. He's going to head down. I think he's on his 2nd lap now. As we see a bottleneck start forming here. Here we have a whole bunch of riders there.
So I can tell you there is another line there to the right-hand side. So if they look carefully, there is another line to the right-hand side. But it is a bit of a high consequence, you know. So you got to decide for yourself. What do you want to do? You want to sit and wait for this for the other riders ahead of you to clear out, or try and take one of those other lines where if you make it, you're going to jump ahead, get a good gap. But if you don't, it can cost you a huge amount of time.
So we got Felix Bakker there, number 28. Mark Font Torres, number 27 behind him. And then we've got Hugo Crozet from France. First time we've seen him on our show. This is going to get really interesting now. This just shows you the level between the pro guys and the rest of the field, not to take anything away from them, but it just shows you how difficult this section is. It really is brutal, and the front guys make it look like a walk in the park.
So Rink almost clear now, but he just can't get through that last groove there. He's almost at the top of the hill, but he's having to push up. I think he's on his final lap there. But he's using a lot of energy now to try and push that bike up out of that groove there and get over the top. Look at the grimace on his face.
Okay, looking out of our booth now, there's a train of riders. Lenny Goretzky's also joined them now.
So here we go. We've got Diana. Microphone is off.
Having some sound issues there. Let's see if we can. We'll jump back to the interview when we've got some sound.
So Diana there, she is with Milos Novakovic. We'll hear from him shortly about how his day is going, as we've got some proper action here in front of our booth. We've got another 3 guys all on this tricky traverse here, waiting patiently to get through. You know, once they get into that middle section there, that middle section has a few lines to take. So we're going to see some big fights there in that middle section for these guys to try and clear
Let's
from
jump back
here.
to our interview with Diana. Across to Diana.
I'm with Milos here. How is it going?
Yeah, it's nice. So after yesterday rain, today it's like perfect condition, And also until here was a super nice track, like ups, downs, some zigzags, and nice down here. So if it's be like this until the end will be great, no? But how I know Martin, I know that will get tougher, no? So must be mentally prepared.
Yeah, exactly. Not only mentally, also physically. You have some difficult section in front of you. But I wish you good luck and take care of you.
Thank you.
Want some water?
So we've got Rink. He is now in front of us on his last lap, but he's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. And this section's starting to fill up now. You can look at that shot there. Look at that angle. You can just see how steep it is. You know, the other guys there right in the background, you can see just how steep the section is.
So that's our Czech rider, number 33. It's Vaclav Nedlev. And he's got Felix Bakker right behind him. There's a whole chain of them there.
And that little ledge that they're going over there, so that's where you got to just watch your handlebars. You don't want to tag that little rock there and then high side back down the bank. Vaclav just losing the bike there. You have to pick it up now.
It's a beautiful shot of the J-mount there with a Garmin. So this is a navigation race, of course. Felix Bakker, Mark van Torres from Andorra, number 27. I think they'll actually be quite happy with just waiting a little bit, keeping their heart rate down. And then Hugo Crozet, number 20.
So you can see Hugo there, he's riding with those aluminium wraparound bulkbusters, those aluminium handguards. Just a slightly safer option if you, I mean, you're going to fall a lot here. I mean, I can tell you, you fall a huge amount. And yeah, it's just one thing that you don't need to worry about. You don't want to break a lever or something, make your day a bit more difficult.
So Hugo finished 29th yesterday, 8 hours 40. So he wouldn't have made he would have got time penalties then, Craig. 8 hours 40.
That's
He would have
right.
been cut short, he would have gone back, and he would have got massive time penalties. 33, Vaclav again, from the Czech Republic, just picking his way up the climb. All of these guys, they know they've got another full day ahead of them, so they want to conserve the energy and get through the section. There's still a lot of hard riding out there. They've got another 5 or 10 gold climbs today to do.
So I can just give you a bit of an update there about what's going on in the rest of the racetrack while these guys are stuck here on the Live Maniacs. And I'll just run through the top 10 now at the moment on our timing for day 2. We've got Manny, he's in first. Theodore still in second there, now on the hunt to Manny. Tristan Hart in third. Wade Young in fourth. And we saw them have some tight battles. So today, another day where those two are really going to have a big battle. Billy in fifth. Michael Volkner in sixth. Tony Goggia, who we saw really flying through the section, riding nicely in 7th. Dominic Ozawi in 8th. Graham Jarvis in 9th. So Graham dropped back slightly and Matthew Green in 10. These guys now just really making a big push here to go up over the top of the hill. You can see them just pausing, taking their breath. They want to have a good mindset and good balance. Try and get some good drive to clear the section, but I think there's a bit of a hole forming there because that's where we saw Rink pushing his bike earlier, and what a ride there.
Felix Bakker, what a good pass he made there.
I mean, that's where we saw Graham pass Dominic, so really nice riding there by Felix, Daryl.
Yeah, but if you know, at the start, if you don't get a good run up there, you're going to puzzle a little bit, so you need a clean run on these climbs.
So Felix coming around now, he is on his second lap. Super shot there of Rink on this tricky ledge here. He's going to come around, put his wheels on those big flat rocks where he can get some good drive. He's almost up and over, but he's got that big ditch to contend with before he gets up to the Red Bull Arch. Smile there, Rink.
Yeah, we thought he was done, but it's definitely his last loop.
So we've seen Felix now. Felix, He made some great time on that little jump there that he made, and he's just got Peru Irazola in front of him.
This is Lenny Goretzky from Germany.
And then Rink in the background there, Rink coming up for his last lap.
It was Rigo Rico from Brazil.
You just see the sweat on these guys' faces. They're really working hard, yeah, really pushing it hard. But they've got still a long day ahead of them, you know. They don't want to overdo it.
Rigo Rico there, just getting a bit stuck. You can see the Red Bull Arch is so close, but yet so far. He's going to pull it back a bit and see if he can get a better drive up that last little piece.
So Rink now making his way up nicely. Just taking on some fluids there, just staying hydrated because they've got a long day tomorrow, long day today and tomorrow. But a lot of guys yesterday getting a bit dehydrated, running out of water. They were in the mountains, some of them, some sections on the one hill up to 3 hours.
It just shows you it's phenomenal how quickly many of them did this loop in. It felt like a minute, Craig.
No, Manny absolutely motocrossed through here. And we saw him especially on his second lap. You know, once he had those lines in his head, he knew where to go, had it all dialed in, absolutely flew through here. So we've also got Claudio Bozasan. He is the Romanian local guy. He's just joined in now. He's come across this camber here in front of us into this, what I can only describe as a bit of mayhem on this first part of the course. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them all trying to fight up here through this off camber.
Yeah, the guys they're gonna lose a lot of time here on this climb if they get stuck like this. It's gonna really take them quite a bit of time to get through this piece if they're gonna do 3 laps like this. It's hard enough doing 1 lap, Craig, but 3 laps, it's quite brutal. I mean, when I walked up it, I said I certainly wouldn't want to do this 3 times. But they are the best hard enduro riders in the world.
Yep.
That's what they came here for, so they can't complain. You know, Maddie wanted to get hold of Martin and everything else, but I mean, but that's what he came here for, and he certainly got what he wanted. A hard day yesterday.
So if you've missed any of the action from our earlier days, we've got all the action from the prologue. We've got yesterday's action at Martial Arts. You can play any of these on replay. Just head over to our website. You can watch the replays of any of these days. Let's go across to Diana there. She's in the 5-minute waiting box.
Yeah, we're almost finished here at the Live Maniacs. We have seen a lot of gold riders passing through. Still, there are some names missing. We don't know exactly what happened with them, but most of them told us that the track is quite good. They are satisfied with everything. They're happy that it's not raining anymore. They all hope for the best, and we wish them all good luck. So back to you guys. Back to you guys.
So Daryl, we're just about to wrap it up here. Weather looking good. Sun is coming out. What do you think is going to happen in the rest of the day? Do you think Manny's going to put that hammer down and want to extend his lead, or Theodore's right on his heels there?
Well, he's on fire at the moment. It's anybody's race, and we might still get some rain coming down. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see how the day pans out. But that's it for today. Let's go and check out some of the slow-mos of the day.
So great slow-mo shots there of our guys today. You know, you can see just all the emotion of what's going on. Don't forget, you can still follow the race on our socials, on our webpage. You can see all the videos and the pictures of today. Thank you for joining us today. Tomorrow we have K2 for day 3 of Live Maniacs. So join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern European Central Time. Thanks and goodbye.